Hello, Don Lesky Sr. here. I'm the owner of BCI Properties, LLC in Tacoma, Washington. I am a property manager. I'm the owner of the company. I'm also a licensed designated broker in the state of Washington. We sell properties, buy properties, but we specialize in rental properties. Now, I'm writing a book. It's called Landlord-Tenant Nightmares. So I've got a couple chapters I've put on the internet, just portions of the book to see what kind of interest there's going to be in the book or what changes I might need to make. We've gone through several chapters. Not chapters. Anyway, here's what we have. The Landlord-Tenant Nightmares is going to have several chapters. Tip of the iceberg, I've done a video on that. The business, I've done a video on that. The next one I'm doing here is sex, violence, drugs, and prostitutes. Some of the things we find in the landlord property management business. I've told my employees and all the new ones coming in, now this is a dirty business. I don't mean dirty, getting dirt on your hands, but all the bullshit you got to deal with people on an everyday basis. So it's just something that we have to do, and we have a fiduciary responsibility to the owners of the properties that we manage. And we manage close to 500 rentals, so that's quite a bit. I've got 13 employees, and every day it's always something going on. I'm going to jump into this chapter about sex, violence, drugs, and prostitutes, how that's involved in the property management business. And these are just some of the things we've had to deal with over the years, and you might find some of this quite interesting. The next chapter will be extortion, and then dead bodies, death threats, crazy and divorcing tenants. Ex-employee damage control, guns drawn, nutcase owners. Tenants are the only one that give us trouble, I can tell you that. Neighbors, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Ruined rental homes, a real tragedy in America. Scary people, and then Section 8 and welfare fraud. So I would tell my viewpoint where we're at with it and the things that have happened to us. Some of the other chapters I've already dealt with has been somewhat interesting. It's interesting to me anyway, and hopefully be interesting to other people so they'll understand what this business is all about. A lot of people say, well, I'll collect my own rent. And that's no problem. If they've got the ability to do it, if they've got the grit to do it, if they know what to do if people don't pay, and what to do if they trash or damage the house. There's not an owner out there that isn't afraid of tenants trashing their houses. Excuse me. Man, let me tell you, this is some good stuff. This is called Sparkling Ice. It's got ice lemonade, strawberry lemonade. It's got some spritzer in it, or carbonation. Check this out. 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 protein. What the hell? But it's also got vitamin D, vitamin B6, bioflavin or something. B3, B12, B5. Anyway, that's some good stuff, man. Buy that by the case. All right, sex, drugs, violence, drugs, all that shit. My book will be a little bit more detailed. I may veer off the book and tell you some things I just remembered. They may find themselves back to the book, I might not, and I'm not going to read the whole book. But anyway, My wife does all the hiring, I do all the firing. Seems like I'm stuck with that duty. Romances are not allowed. Fraternization is not allowed in my company. Well, we discourage it. I mean, you can't help it if somebody gets together after work or something like that. Now, I'm going to ask that you hold on a minute. I've got a call coming in from one of my maintenance guys. Hello, John. What's up? All right. Yeah.
Call from Emily.
But I'm talking to John on the other phone. Hold on just one second. Do you want to wait until I'm done with John, or you want me to call you back?
Call me back.
All right, bye. Emily was calling. I had to grab that, right? All right, let's make this short and sweet, man. What's up? Well, it's an emergency. I think you need to go over there and at least deal with shutting the water off or stopping the leak and dry it up. Just do what you have to do. Is Justin's property? It used to be Tanisha's or Naomi's. So, well, don't worry about Justin. Call Naomi, call Tanisha, find out whose property it used to be, because they know the owner, right? Right? So they're going to tell you, well, yeah, but you want me to call them? Well, I'll call them then. You head over there, I'll call Naomi and Tanisha, and I'll have them call you. It's all right, man. It's no big deal. It's just, you get to the person that knows the most about the property, right? And it definitely it's not going to be Justin right now. So, it's all right, man. I'll call him. I don't mind. Hey, bye. Holy shit. We got maintenance guys here. I'm paying these guys $25 an hour. $25 an hour plus bonus. They get a percentage of my company's profit at the end of the year in December, just before Christmas. I'm paying these guys good. I don't know. So this becomes an emergency now that I have to stop my life and put my life on hold. You know, because you can't figure out what the fuck to do. So anyway, I'm going to get back into this section violence thing here in just a minute. I'm going to leave this as part of the video. It's all part of the deal, man. I'll tell you. This is so frickin' irritating. The toilets overflowing. What should I do? I'm a maintenance guy. Can't figure it out. Been doing this 16 years. Well, they can't answer the phone at the office. So the one thing I know how to do is call the other line, another line. Oh my God.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed. As the call.
Well, of course it can. Anyway, this is part of property management. An owner of a property management company can't get away. It's like 24/7 on call. Especially when you have employees that you think know what they're doing and should just handle.
Hello?
Hey, Tanisha?
Hey, on.
There's a house on Lake Louise Drive. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yes.
It was given, I know it was given to Justin, all that. The upstairs toilet's leaking. It's leaking down into the living room. And John said, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know if the owner does their own repairs or not. Shit. You know, you can't get through to Justin. Apparently, Justin's phone is busy. Do you know anything about that property, or?
If you give me the owner, I'll call the office and get the owner's number, and I'll call the owner really quick.
Oh, I don't even know the address.
I know the address.
Oh, all right. So you,
It's 426 Lake Louise.
oh, well, you know the address and everything. All right. So you know anything about the owner?
I don't know the owner very well. I just dealt with them with another work order last week.
Okay. Well, I told John to go over there and at least make sure the water's shut off and clean up the water and try to limit the damage anyway. And you go ahead and call the owner and then call John, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Tanisha, I really appreciate you helping out.
Okay.
All right.
No problem.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
I know she don't like to have to deal with it, but shit. Now, you know, I'm paying these guys $5,000 a month to manage a group of properties. 90% of them are self-sufficient. They just pay their rent. There's no damage, no harm done. We do an inspection every 180 days with photos, take pictures inside and out, send a report to the owner. It's all included, no cost to the owner, and we do a good job, I think. We're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Of course, we've got haters. We've got people that hate us, you know. The dog shit on the carpet, left broken beer bottles around. There's different things, you know. And we end up taking their deposit to pay for the damage. And we're sons of bitches. We're bastards. You know. They'll sue us in court. We only lost one time in court in 30 years. Lost one time in 30 years in court because we mailed the settlement deposit to the wrong address. It got forwarded to the guy in the end result, and the guy says, he told the judge, I was standing right there in court, he told the judge, yeah, I got it in the mail, but it came late, and am I supposed to get it in 14 days? The judge said, absolutely, it came late, and it was sent to the wrong address, even though it got forwarded, so we had to pay him $1,000. Anyway, but because people do things like that, it makes it harder on other people that try to do the right thing. You know, we got good tenants come in, and we have to be strict with them. So anyway, I had an employee that was really sexy, flirty, and just, she was over the top in her ways. But, you know, she was a good employee. She's a good property manager. She did her job. When I first hired her, I don't know, a year went by and she just did her job. And although she was always pretty and smiling and a little bit flirty, I didn't notice much out of the way, but she asked me one day to hire her boyfriend. And against my better judgment, I went ahead. He had been shoveling cement for $10 an hour. So I brought him in as an assistant property manager. I paid for his licensing, his training, so he could become a licensed real estate agent. Instead of an assistant property manager, he became a property manager. His head got about that big. So this guy, anyway, that's another story. I'll get into him in a minute. So anyway, I didn't know they had a history of domestic violence though until sometime later. I came into office one day, and let me tell you, this girl, I walked through the front door, opened the door, and the back door was, this is when we were on Portland Avenue. It was about a couple of years ago. And I saw her through the back door, right from the front I seen her, and she's a pretty big girl. And I saw her with her fist doubled up. She was throwing a haymaker at this son of a bitch. And all I saw was her fist going like this, and her body twisting like she had martial arts experience. You know? And her cell phone was flying. I mean, this is something, you only see this in movies, right? Where they have special effects and the camera angle is just right and all this. And all I could do is stop and look. My mouth kind of fell open a little bit. know, what the hell? So here's the phone. She's going, it's shit. And I go, fuck, man. So I went straight back there to see what the hell was going on. And she ducked her head back inside, like, you know, I don't know, she saw me coming, and she just straightened herself up, put a smile on, and says, "Oh, hi, Don." And I'm telling you, this only happens in the movies. I says, "Oh shit." And he comes back in, his face is kind of red, you can tell he had got smacked, man. Oh my God. So, I said, "What the hell?" "Oh, we just had an argument, and I was arguing with him." "Well, your cell phone's laying on the ground outside. You might want to pick it up." So I talked to him, and we went through this bit here. And but everything seemed okay for a while. I gave her a verbal warning. I said, "Next time you get a write-up, if you get 3 write-ups, you're fired." So anyway, what the hell? Our staff seemed to know all about it. I'd warned her. The thing is, the staff would know about things going on, and I'd be the last one to know. And it really irritates me. So anyway, another day I found her at the front desk, and the girl at the front desk was out to lunch, and she was holding down the front desk answering the phones. So I walk up to the front desk, and you know, she's a pretty good looking gal, but I saw these 2 vendors, these 2 guys that were on the other side of the desk. As you just come in the door, there's a desk, reception desk, and I saw them talking and smiling and you know, like this. I knew something was going on, man. So I came from the file room, and she didn't see me coming from behind her, you know. And it didn't dawn on me what was going on. And I walked up there. I didn't say nothing. I just walked up there. They looked at me, and they were going, you know, like, "Yeah, man." She had her damn leg up, you know. Putting lotion on her leg, all the way to China. I mean, the part I saw is the color of her panties. I guess I should be happy that she had panties on. I don't know. But I was shocked. I mean, I'm trying to run a professional business. Personally, I'm a little rough around the edges myself, a little bit, not too bad. I studied for the ministry for 8 years. I love God. I'm a God-fearing Christian. I pray for forgiveness of my sins every day. And sometimes I catch myself using foul language and doing things, but it's not that I want to. Anyway, I walked up and I seen her doing this, and I said, "What the hell?" Well, I think I said, "OMG, oh my God." I couldn't believe it. It seemed our staff knew all about this kind of stuff. You know, like I said, so, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "You kidding me?" And she put her leg down real quick and put her dress down. And I said, "If this happens again, I'm going to write you up." Yeah, I had a habit of barking and not biting. You know, a lot of threatening, "I'll write you up," and stuff. I finally did write her up 3 times. I finally fired her. But at that point in time, I don't know. So anyway, our office policy is to wear a, now let me tell you that another time, this was bad enough. But another time, she was coughing and wheezing and coughing up mucus, and I don't know what, she was sick. And I says, "Oh, you gotta wear a mask, you can't. I don't want you in here coughing like that around everybody. You're gonna make all the employees sick." Well, eventually, a couple of us did get sick a day later. But I said, "You got to wear a mask or go home." And she said, No, I don't have to do what you tell me to do." Real defiance, and she's just used to. I think she was used to telling men what to do or being controlling or I don't know. Anyway, and I says, young lady, you most certainly have to do what I tell you to do when you're in my office or in my house. Now, if you want to continue working here, keep arguing with me, and you're going to find out it ain't going to happen. So she shut up, you know, and I had one of the gals get her, and we carry these surgical masks in the office just for stuff like that. And she wore it for a couple hours, went home early, sick, you know. Showed up the next day, no mask. I came in, and I'm always early, but I'd gone out somewhere. And I came in, and she was coughing. I said, "Where's the mask?" She says, I told you I'm not wearing no mask, and I really don't appreciate you harassing me. This is harassment. Well, I know what the Labor and Industries law is all about in the state of Washington. You know, I've been doing this for 30 years, and she's maybe 20 years old. I said, she said, no. And I said, you're fired. Man, I'm telling you, this is another TV movie, right? It was like Donald Trump. I didn't have the hair, but I said, you're fired. I put in my finger out, you're fired. Get out of here. So, I had to fire her. I hated to do that, you know. People bring it upon themselves. And, you know, oh man. I heard a commotion out in the parking lot. This is just a few days later, maybe 2 or 3 days later, a commotion out in the parking lot and in front. And I came out in the office just in time to see our cement guy turned property manager. I'm going to call him Christian. He's putting the haymaker to this vendor that had been watching the panty show, right? He's thumping this guy, and he goes, ah! Ah! This guy's trying to block the blows, you know. He had pulled his door open and was just thumping away at this guy. So anyway, man, I'm telling you what, I had 5 years of martial arts, formal training in Lindemann's Academy of Martial Arts in Parkland, along with my 2 sons. My wife was there for a while, she quit. But we went on to get up to the black belt level. And I could have easily went over and turned this guy into a pretzel. I could have easily went over there and just, messed this guy up. But I didn't do it. I just pulled him off, so come in here, and I wrote him and said, man, I said, WTF? I mean, shits. I told them all they get rolled up. Well, this guy, I wrote him up. I should have wrote him up right then and there, but I waited a little bit. I should have told him to pack his box, write him up immediately. But I sent him home for the day with a warning. And he seemed to do a pretty good job after that for a while. But eventually, I had to deal with him again, and that'll get into another chapter called extortion. Okay, this is the end of part 1. There is part 2. Stay tuned. Click the link. I'm going to edit this the best I can and try to get that link in here. Thanks a lot for watching.